Welcome to Ziraat and our exploration of attuning to the wisdom of nature and all the beautiful things Mama Earth has to teach us. And Ziraat was a particular activity that Anayat Khan brought to us towards the end of his life. And there was a particular ceremony that was brought forth from this activity that really helps us attune to the elements and uh, really looking at our inner landscape, our inner gardens, and how we can cultivate that. And so that's what we'll be doing for the next hour. And thank you, Sarah, for joining me and helping lead this class today and for the last few sessions as we explore the five senses. We're on to our final one today with taste and the sense of taste. And just so you know, next month in September, Sarah and I will be leading a universal worship service together, focusing on these different senses. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to today, too. So let's begin with the prayer Sakina. I'll put in your chat window. This is an invocation from the Temple of the Divine Feminine that feels good for Ziraat for me. So join me if you wish. In your presence, Divine Mother, the embodiment of all that is holy, birther and cherisher of the worlds, illuminate our prayers, guide our lives, and hold us ever in your perfect heart. So we'll open the lodge, the Ziraat Lodge, our sacred space, with our salutation to the elements, also in the chat window for you. And you can do the movements with me if you wish. And we'll begin with earth, which is a breath in, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And we'll say together, "O all productive earth, we humbly offer our love and respect to you." And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Or water, we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll say together, "Oh, all purifying water, we willingly offer our love and respect to you." Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Fire, breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. We'll say together, "Oh, all consuming fire, We wholeheartedly offer our love and respect to you. Breathing in through the mouth, out through the nose. And for air, breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. We'll say together, "Oh, all-pervading air, we gladly offer our love and respect to you." Breathing in and out through the mouth. For ether, it's a refined breath through the mouth and the nose, or one or the other. Just gentle, natural. We'll say together, "O ether, essence of all, we passively offer our love and respect to you." Say the prayer Nayas together in your chat window if you need it. Beloved Lord, Almighty God, through the rays of the sun, through the waves of the air, through the all-pervading life in space, purify and revivify me. And I pray, heal my body, heart, and soul. Well, you can see this altar. To do this before we started, but we're going to sing the element song now. So got our fire going, got some incense for ether, and little feathery things for air. And of course some water here. And I also, well, brought my stones and seeds for earth, and today I just picked this apple from our apple tree that I think it doesn't even have a worm in it. So I'm excited to eat it later. And some flowers from the garden. So happy to bring you into my gardening space in the altar to the elements. So today we're going to sing a song to the elements that I will put in the chat window for you for the words. And this has overlapping parts. There's the simple air, fire, water, earth chant. Thank you. That you can just keep singing throughout. I think Sarah's going to hold that part. And then we'll go through each of the elements with the other words. So feel free to sing either part. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Breathe with me, oh you lovers, breathe with me. Breathe with me, oh you lovers, breathe with me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Burn in me, oh you lovers, burn in me. Burn in me, oh you lovers, burn in me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Flow together, oh you lovers, flow with me. Flow together, oh you lovers, flow with me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Stand rock solid, oh you lovers, stand with me. Stand rock solid, oh you lovers, stand with me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Rise in spirit, oh you lovers, rise with me. Rise in spirit, oh you lovers, rise with me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. Breathe with me, oh you lovers, breathe with me. spirit, oh you lovers, rise with me. Rise in spirit, oh you lovers, rise with me. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water. One more time. Air, fire, water. Air, fire, water, earth. Air, fire, water, earth. So we're focusing today on the sense of taste. So obviously there's lots of different ways we experience taste on our tongues that we learned in elementary school. There's bitter, pungent, salty, sweet, sour. I throw in there spicy. Maybe it's because I just ate Indian food the other night. That's its own taste, right? So obviously, whenever we're eating or drinking anything where there's a taste happening, whether we're aware of it or not. And as we mentioned with all of the other senses along the way, um, we're always experiencing the world through our five senses, and there's always the opportunity to bring more intentionality and awareness to that sense. And as we experience the different flavors, as we bring the drink or the food into our mouths, we can really experience that as a way of integrating the world around us literally into every one of our atoms, just like the breath, like when we were talking about smell, it becomes part of who we are as is the food and drink that we eat and taste. So can you bring some awareness to that taste? And taste also works very well metaphorically of how we experience the world, right? So life can be sweet or sour or bitter or salty sometimes. It can be spicy. So how do you invite these different aspects and tastes into your life? Are you aware of the different flavors that you're bringing into your life that can affect your body, your mood, your health, your mind, literally in the food you're eating or and how you're bringing those flavors into your life, like I mentioned metaphorically. So I have a reading from Anaya Khan, as per usual. It's pretty short. I think I got the whole thing in here. Yeah, I'll put that in your chat window if you want to read along. So this is from Philosophy, Psychology, and Mysticism, and the chapter on vibrations. Although our first impression is that we have heard music, seen a beautiful picture, or tasted a delicious savor, yet in reality, we can say in general terms that we have experienced every sensation that comes to us through each atom of our body. And if that is so, then all the colors and savors and perfumes and sounds have their definite and particular effect on our health, our moods, and the condition of our mind. So again, as you experience the different flavors of this world, of the foods you're eating, of what you're seeing and experiencing in life, are you aware of how this is affecting your food? Oh, I just realized I didn't put the reading in. Thanks, Samara. Okay, so it's in the chat window for you now. It's a pretty short reading. So just remembering our first impression is that we've heard music, we've seen a picture, we've tasted a delicious savor, In reality, we have experienced all of those sensations that comes to us in every single atom of your body. And how is that affecting your health, your moods, and your condition of mind, and bringing that awareness? I want to lead us in a nature meditation. I often do this at the end of class, but I feel like this would be a nice way to just begin our attunement to taste through this meditation on the breath. So in the chat window, I think it is in there now. We'll breathe out in everything I taste, and breathe in. I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. So just moving into this meditation and thinking about the different ways we can bring the delicious syrup of the divine into every atom of our bodies. So breathing out in everything I taste, breathing in, I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. Breathing out in everything I taste. Breathing in, I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. Breathing out in everything I taste. Breathing in, I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. Just keep that on the breath for a few minutes. Breathing out in everything I taste. Breathing in, I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. Few more breaths. Breathing out in everything I taste. Breathing in, I experience the syrup of thy delicious spirit. Okay, well, looks like Sarah is ready in there in the garden, so I'm gonna pass it over to Sarah to take us through some different experiences of taste in the garden and the kitchen. And I will mute myself.
Everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ziraat and our garden space, which is sort of our daily experience with nature. And of course, this week, this month, exploring the sensation of taste. There's so much to explore, whether you're a gardener yourself, whether you forage fruit around your neighborhood like we do, or you're just experiencing all the bounty that's available on markets right now. This is a sweet time of year. And metaphorically, I think for a lot of us, it feels sweet. If there's a lot of time spent outdoors, a lot of events with loved ones. So we'll delve into some of what's out here and move into the kitchen and continue our discussion. So just do a little tour and look at some of what we've been growing. We grew a watermelon here. This is the last of three that's all swaddled up there so it can doesn't fall off off the vine, off the fence there. That was fun and a great experience of sweetness, of course. We also have a grapevine here that was a lot more productive than we thought it might be. I'm gonna pick a cluster of grapes while we're here. Take it inside. Our delicious white table grapes. So I wish everyone could taste along with us. You can't taste through the screen, of course, but sort of in your mind's palate, experience what, just picking off a few raisins here, it's getting warm, what these might taste like. We've also been blessed with berries, some berries, strawberries that we've been picking for at least a couple of months here. There's cherry tomatoes, another example of sweetness. And we've also uh, grown a pretty incredible variety of cucumber. And of course, this flavor brings in some sweetness, but there's also like a little kind of sour. Of course, it's delicious with some little salt. So we'll bring these items into the kitchen here shortly. And amid all the sweetness, amid all the fruits, there's also things that aren't so associated with summer. We have some beets and we have some turnips here, and picked a huge turnip the other day that I did incorporate into some of our meals. And it's can be very sweet when there's cold that hits it and it's kind of produces its natural sugars, but it is bitter this time of year and spicy and really provides a contrast to a lot of these other flavors we're experiencing. So while we're here, I'm going to share some of what came to mind as we talking about sense of taste this month. Specifically, the idea of terroir, which if you are a wine enthusiast, if you are someone who really um, gets immersed in food and the sources of it, you might be familiar with this term, which is French and it means soil, very simply, and also means region. But those two things together mean the soil of a particular region. But the more all-encompassing meaning, I think that has really kind of more people are understanding is climate, sun pattern, the rainfall, maybe elevation, all the influences of geographic features that culminate in sort of the unique character of a place that can be tasted in food and beverages. It gives you what I think of as like a sense of place. And similarly, we all have our inner terroir, our inner landscape and soil that we can cultivate, as Rahima mentioned. These are all influenced by our life experiences and what we're tasting, whether it's sweet, whether it's sour, bitter. And these experiences give each of us our own unique character, of course. But if we didn't have all the different tastes, if we didn't have the sour, if we didn't have the bitter, we wouldn't know what the others were. We wouldn't know what sweetness is and what constitutes sweetness without the rest of the flavor spectrum. And if you spend time cooking, putting flavors together, or being really intentional in your eating and noticing, you know that they all work together to create the most satisfying experience, the most sort of complex and complete dish. And it's we can think of that in our inner experience as well with the divine. So let's consider some of those ideas as we move into the kitchen, and I'll delve in a little bit more to some of these items that we can, at least I can taste and encourage you to taste yourself. Yeah. Got some cherry tomatoes. Share some of those. Oh, some blueberries too. And some strawberries all together. So, welcome to our kitchen. Again, I wish everybody was able to share this in person. I'd love to hand out little samples. I'll get my turn up. So, my least favorite. So, first of all, going back to sweet and how we're experiencing so much sweetness this time of year, whether it's berries, we have some strawberries here, some grapes that we picked. These are really, really developing beautifully. They've got that frost on them, the bloom. It lets us know when they're really ready to be eaten. And my cherry tomatoes as well. Maybe you grow some of these things yourself. I mean, cherry tomatoes, of course, being an obvious one that are really easy to grow. And you probably have experienced fruits that ultimately become very, very sweet, start out sour, whether it's an underripe berry, whether it's these grapes. My kids love sour things when they started picking them and eating them, saying they were so good. And Malika said, no, 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 wait, 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 they're not even ripe. We like them sour. So sour, of course, is a flavor that really can appeal to us, I think, because it wakes up the palate. We get that kind of sensation. And metaphorically, when someone has a sour disposition, it can really get our attention. We wonder what's behind it. It can lend perspective to our own situation. Often we want to bring some sweetness to someone's life if they're sour, just like if we have some underripe fruit and sprinkle some sugar on it. We don't want to keep company with perpetually sour people. And so we look for ways to, make it sweeter for ourselves, just like the old saying, when life gives you lemons, right? Make lemonade. So sour is one of those, I think, flavors that can be great in cooking in particular. We don't want too much of in our everyday life. I'm gonna wash this. But similarly, salt is sort of a surprising contrast, I think, in our culinary experience. It's that, little dash of something different that makes everything taste better. Get my Himalayan pink salt here. And it brings out the inherent sweetness of things. It's that unexpected element of life. Often if you sprinkle salt on something, it's just so much more enjoyable. It's literally essential for our physical health and figuratively as curious beings we're as always kind of looking for that little element of the unexpected that just makes keeps holds our interest in our everyday reality. So I think about that as an element of bringing that into our inner landscape. It's that unexpected element, I guess, your experience with the divine that just holds your interest, keeps it exciting. You can spend probably a lot of time, actually, more than people might expect, talking about bitterness is a flavor I think a lot of us try to avoid. If we just, our palates go blah, blah, blah. And that's for good reason. There's lots of reasons for that. I had the experience this past week, unfortunately, of leaving some eggplants on my plant outside. And I knew they were ready for about a week. I was kind of pushing really how long they were going to stay there and be good. And when I picked them, they were bitter. It was, my oversight. And, again, metaphorically, that can happen in life. If we neglect something, if we don't pay it the proper attention, things can turn bitter on us. Unfortunately, those had to go in the compost and, kind of lesson learned for me. Um, but bitter often is the taste of medicine. It highlights what needs to change, what should be healed in a situation figuratively. It also tells us what to avoid, like a poisonous berry, right, in nature. Stay away from that. So those are lessons for our future selves. But I think an occasional taste or reminder, again, like really is the counterpoint to sweetness in life. I think of it like my morning coffee, which I drink unsweetened. I like the bitter flavor because it primes my palate for a sweet day. After I've had that coffee, I'm ready, and it makes me feel energized to, seize all the sweet experiences that lie ahead. So those are some of the things that come to mind for me. Maybe think about some of those ideas for yourself. I'm going to share a couple quotes and then we'll go back to Rahima. The first quote I came across is from the writer Anatole France, which he was writing in the late 18th century, late 19th century, early 20th century. And he said, "The truth is that life is delicious, horrible, charming, frightful, sweet, bitter, and that is everything." This is from a more modern source, the British comedian Stephen Fry, who said, "Taste every fruit of every tree in the garden at least once. It is an insult to creation not to experience it fully. Temperance is wickedness." So, of course, acknowledging that all of this comes from the divine, all of this comes from the creator, all of these tastes. And, kind of temperance and creation puts me in mind, of course, of Bible and the biblical fruits of the Spirit referenced in Galatians, which are love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, at least in the New International Version translation. All those qualities, right, that are sort of the culmination of a cultivated spiritual experience: love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. So let's think about how those are relevant in our lives, how we can incorporate more of those qualities in the inner landscape and experience the divine through those values. And we'll have some discussion here shortly. Thank you.
Hmm. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. That was such a beautiful tour of all the different tastes that we can experience. And I love the bringing in the fruits of the spirit, which we might visit again in our discussion. Really, I love all the metaphors that taste and flavor relates to our inner lives and how we um, bring different flavors to the world. Just like, again, last month we talked about smell and the perfume. What is your perfume that you're offering to the world, and what are the different flavors that you can experience and give as well? And as I mentioned earlier, taste is such a beautiful metaphor for how we can bring the experiences of our lives and really integrate them. And there's a Sufi concept of dhok, or which means taste, and it's a way of approaching our spiritual practices and how we can really not just do the practices, but if you're really tasting them, if you're really integrating them, you're having an actual experience of a direct experience with God. Um, a famous Sufi saying goes, "He who tastes knows. He who does not taste knows not." So as you're bringing in different aspects of your spiritual life into a deeper, more integrated way, how can you really taste and integrate those practices? And of course, the Sufi poets often refer to bringing in the divine through the cup of wine, or the wine, the cup of love, and filling our cups and drinking the divine through that cup of wine. And so there's so many different ways of looking at how how this can relate to us on a spiritual level. I have another quote from Anayat Khan, kind of relating to this. Get it in the chat window for you this time, I hope. There we go. So this is from Spiritual Liberty. And it says, theoretical knowledge of a subject can never take the place of experience, which is necessary for realization. Written music cannot entertain us unless it's played, nor the description of perfume delight our senses unless we actually smell it. And no recipes of the most delicious dishes satisfy our hunger. Nor can the theory of God give complete joy and peace. We must actually realize God or attain that state of realization which gives eternal happiness through the admiration and worship of nature's beauty and its source. So, as we just experienced Sarah's garden and kitchen and seeing her eat those delicious foods, I can imagine how good they taste. And yet, we're all going to have to go and experience that ourselves to really bring that experience into our atoms. And again, metaphorically, how can you bring the spiritual life into your actual direct experience, not just theoretically? How does it work? But how are you living it? And so I'm going to lead us, well, Sarah's going to help me lead this song. That is a poem from Rumi, again, talking about, oh, that cup of sacredness and tasting it, tasting the divine. Something opens our wings. Someone fills the cup in front of us, and we taste only sacredness. Something opens our wings. Something opens our wings. Something makes boredom and hurt disappear. Someone fills the cup in front of us. We taste only sacredness. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Something opens our wings. Something opens our wings. Something makes boredom and hurt disappear. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Something opens our wings. Something opens our wings. Something makes boredom and hurt disappear. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Something opens our wings. Something opens our wings. Something makes boredom and hurt disappear. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. One more time. Something opens our wings. Something opens our wings. Something makes boredom and hurt disappear. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Someone fills the cup in front of us, we taste only sacredness. Amen. So I'm going to hand it back to Sarah, and she's going to lead us in some discussion.
Thanks, Rahima. Yeah, I would love to hear from anyone how they're filling their cup filled or how they would like to fill their cup spiritually, as well as just any other thoughts about tasting the divine or anything that we discussed today. Feel free to jump in. Any tastes stand out as something that's worth exploring more, savoring more today?
So visit these elements again, a little bit shorter this time, just to honor the elements that are always with us and have been with us here today in a special way. So, oh, all productive earth, we humbly offer our love and respect to you. Oh, all purifying water, we willingly offer our love and respect to you. all-consuming fire, we wholeheartedly offer our love and respect to you. O all-pervading air, we gladly offer our love and respect to you. O ether essence of all, we passively offer our love and respect to you. And I'm putting the closing prayer in the chat window. 2 different sections. And let's say the prayer Malika together. Great Mother, infinite, eternal, Lady of the celestial heart, you are the vast universe, the dance of the stars, the light of the sun, and the rhythm of the moon. From your body we are born, and to your heart we return. Teach us to see beauty in your creation. Help us to love you as the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the deserts, the fields, and in the midst of humanity. Lift our spirits that we may praise you, a constant love in the ever-changing seasons. Heal and comfort us in our worldly strife. Divine Mother, Priestess, Queen, Ancient One, you hold the balance of life and death, growth and decay. Help us to trust your vision and place our destiny in your hands. Let us behold our lives through your gentle sight. Let us know your wisdom. Fill our hearts and souls with the sweet nectar of your flowing stream of grace. We stand in your glory and bow in gratitude for your blessings. Our bodies reflect your perfection as the moon reflects the sun. We ask your patience and forbearance as we learn to walk in harmony with your desire. Shine upon us your endless love, your guiding light, and the power of your infinite being. Amen.